Hello everyone, xHedra here, bringing you episode 10 of Forever Stranded, a mud pack by Gaming with Sheridan. So let's start off right off the bat with tempinfo, so that we don't forget this time like in many other episodes. And let's do a quick recap. In the last episode's time lapse, we finished by getting our 20 steel ingot. We started digging under the ship to get more space to work with, and I added an upgrade to the wood chopper. And the reason I added an upgrade to the wood chopper is that if you only use one tree in front of it, you end up burning almost as much wood as you're getting. So this way I'm at least going to be making a profit out of the wood chopper and making enough wood that it matters. So I grabbed the wood from there, and we're going to start today's quest with the storage quest that I read last time. But before I go into that quickly, Denis Kim, left a comment saying that I should probably start doing my inventory cleanup because I actually already have 2 half a heart. And in hardcore, and considering that I have only 2 heart, it's very important that I add as many heart as I can. So you craft them together and you right click on them and you can see that I have now 3 remaining lives. So now I have 3 deaths before this mod pack is over for me. So I grabbed this treated wood plank that I'm going to use to build the storage crate, like so. And the reinforced storage crate requires iron rod that you do like this, and 2 iron plate like that. And to craft it, I'm just going to go select it and find it. This is the reinforced crate. Oh, yeah, I'm missing some of the wood treated planks. I just want to start some more glass because I'm going to need more bottles, and I'm going to grab this glass, transform it into bottle, and grab the creosote oil that we need to complete the quest. So like this, and 6 bottle means we can transform the equivalent of 12 sets of oak wood. So let me put this around in the crafting grid and put the creosote bottle in the middle, and here we go. So we're going to auto craft this from finding it in GI, and here we go. So the quest is now completed. It gives us 2 more wooden storage crate and 1 quarter art. So why you no detect? Why you no detect? Ooh, okay, it's detected. There's this weird bug sometimes, so it seems to be the same one as the dust sends. So you just have to go out of it and come back. It's going to give us 2 more wooden storage crate and a quarter heart. What I'm going to do with this is I want to start having like a better system for storage, because I should have known that I had my storage chest already. So I'm going to put 1 here so that whenever I come by and just collect stuff like this, that I can easily click and store the food right into it, because I end up always forgetting to put the food inside, and I'm always searching for where my food is. I'm just going to go around quickly. Do I have anything that's grown? These trees, like I need to find a way to harvest them. I haven't figured that part out yet. But since I don't really have a food problem, I've not really been rushed into trying to figure it out. The other thing that I discovered was that my food lunch bag here, I'm going to close it and open it. It grabs some cotton and some spider eyes. And if I eat the spider eyes, I'm going to get a poison debuff. And if I don't even know that you can eat the cotton. And the reason for that is that anything that can be eaten is grabbed. And by filling this chest with anything, that's what happened. So what I'm going to do is, since this is what I consider a power food because of how much saturation it gives back, I'm only going to grab the simple food items from here. And let's grab this for now. And also I want to put another reinforced storage crate up here just so that I can store stuff that I don't want to have on me all the time. So sorry, coming back to the food situation, I'm going to grab whatever food from here and I'm going to bring it to the outside food chest, and I'm going to fill that one only with simple things so that now when I use the lunch bag and I Open it and I click on it. Oh, it doesn't autofill from the wooden storage crate. Well, that kind of sucks. The idea was that I would have all of the food here, and because this is flush with the ground, it wouldn't look so bad. But now I feel I'm going to have to find another situation. So I'm going to decide where I want to put it and come back to this later, but the idea would be to be able to fill the chest from here. So I'm just going to look at what's the best food right now. Those two. This is those two. And 2 mushroom. And I'm just going to put that manually in my bag for now, because I want to move on with the episode. So the next step that I want to address is actually getting power. The reason we got the 20 steel ingot is for the following. I'm going to craft 2 steel block. I'm going to also craft a heavy sieve, like so. And I'm going to, by now my glass should have cooked. Yeah, my glass is cooked. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to transform 6 glass into glass pane, and these last 3 into bottles. And I'm going to go through GEI and I'm going to select the Auto Heavy Sieve. And this boy here, let me put it down so that you can see what it looks like. This guy here, you put a mesh in, you put compressed resource, so not standard dust like this. Let me compress this, like so. You compress it, you put the compressed item in it, and it's going to sieve the compressed item. So I'm still going to have a manual part to this process, in the sense that I'm going to be collecting dust or breaking down cobblestone into gravel, but then I'm going to dump it in here and have that being sieved. Also, this guy, if you give him food, he will sieve. I think it goes up to 2 or 3x, but it's a very manual process, as the feeding doesn't last very long, and it's not something that I've used often. I've used in times where I wanted to rush getting some kind of resource. But to be able to use this, we need some form of power. And there are many forms of power in the pack. And the one I'm going to go with is the way that the pack wants us to play. The reason that Gaming with Sheridan has put immersive engineering in it and has make it part of the quest, I'm guessing, is because he wants us to use it. So that's what I'm going to do. It's not going to be a lot of power, and hopefully at some point we're going to upgrade to better power, but for the time being it should be good enough to start. And I'm going to set that up on the other side of the ship. So everything that's power and uses energy will be on the other side of the ship. I'm going to start with setting up a water wheel, because we already created one water wheel. To create a water wheel, last time we discovered that we need 16 stick. And again, I'm going to use JAI to go create my water wheel segment. On this bug again. I'm going to create 4 water wheel segment that I put around like this, and a steel ingot. So this is a second water wheel, and now I'm going to create a third one. I don't know if I'm going to have enough wood though. No, I won't have enough treated wood. Oh yes, I'm just barely. Perfect. So the reason I want 3 is that I want to achieve the max setup that you can do with a water wheel. And for that, we need something to connect the water wheel to. This is done from a copper coil. Let me find the recipe right now. I've kind of done this in other packing before. The kinetic dynamo. So I need 2 redstone like this and 3 irons under, which gives us the kinetic dynamo. I'm just going to go dump my quarter heart, because now that I have 2 quarter heart, I can do another half heart that I'm going to put back in here. I'm going to grab these because I'm going to use them in a build on the other side of the map. Oh, also, one thing I wanted to show you was the engineer's toolbox. So the engineer's toolbox, you can put tool in it. So these are all tools. And you can put LV wire because it's part of the mod. So they have a whole section for wiring, so you can keep all kind of wires. And in here, so this is not considered a tool, so it goes into the anything slot. So I'm going to keep a couple of things in there so that whenever I need to get to it, I can do that easily. That's pretty much all I'm going to be keeping in there right now. I'm going to be grabbing some cobblestone, and I'm going to be making some hammers because I want to start digging a place to put the water wheel and set it up. But before I do that, I want to go on a small adventure. So the first time I played this pack, I was looking around to find, you know, things to do or just exploring because this map looks really good. Like Mr. Sheridan actually took the whole time to make this nice back trail as if the plane crashed, and he put some debris here and there. And now this is pretty much covered by a lot of sand that wasn't there in the beginning. So let me dig it up a little bit. But if you start your map, you'll see that there's an engine here that just broke off. Like you see in the back here, there's 1, 2. There was a third one here, and it's that one. So I dug around it, and when you go around it, there's a chest. So I was very excited about that, and I opened it. Hi there, by G.W. Sheridan, original. And I opened the book, and nothing here. Try again. So that put in my head that there are chests that might have stuff. And I started exploring the map. Like I started actually going around and digging around. But I couldn't find anything in the beginning. And as usual, I always like stayed awake for the nights. So I started digging under the ship. And when I started digging under the ship, right in the middle under the ship, so in the old ship, about around this spot, when you would dig down, I found a chest. I'm going to sleep because I don't want any mobs spawning because we're going to go work on the other side of the ship, but I'll continue my story. So I was digging here and I got a chest, and the chest had incredibly good food, and it helped me start the game quickly. And so I continued expanding my base just like here, and I expanded all the way around, but underground. I was mainly playing underground. And when I finished digging the front of the ship, I got a really bad surprise. So I'm going to show you right now. If I dig, I think it's one of those two. So I'm just going to start digging. It shouldn't be too far. I was digging underground and I found another chest, and I was so happy. Like I thought it was going to be either a troll chest or more good loot. So the second that I found it, I opened it. And that was the worst mistake of my life. Because here's the chest. I'm going to dig around it like so, and we're going to take a look at it. And if you guys don't know what Wayla is actually the caption that appears at the top that tells you what you're looking at. Like right now I'm looking at sand, currently harvestable, effective tool shovel, Minecraft. And if you look at this, it's a trap chest, which I didn't see the first time. And so I clicked on it. And the way trap chests work, I'm going to dig around, is that it gives a redstone signal, I think, up to 1 block away. So if there's anything 1 block away, it's going to activate it. And I think you just saw what I was going to show you. Under it, there's TNT. But not 2 TNT. Not 4 TNT. 6 TNT. So when that blew up, it took the whole front of the ship away. It totally destroyed the map and killed me. And the second time, when I went to the map a second time, I dig around it, and I found that there was nothing in the chest. I'm not sure if the fact that the chest is empty is a bug, or if, since it's a trap chest that's supposed to explode, it didn't really matter that it had content or not, and that Sheridan just didn't put anything in it. But that got me excited and started digging all around. And I continued, and when I restarted this map, the first thing I did was dig under the ship, to discover that there was nothing. And I was so sad. But as I grew my second base and I was trying to live underground again, I found another chest. And it's about here under the left side, and that one took me a while. By the time I found it, it wasn't worth anything anymore because I was so advanced that I didn't need any food. I didn't need anything to survive anymore. And if I'd found it in the beginning, it would have been amazing. So I'm kind of going blind here trying to find it again because I don't have the exact coordinate, but I'm pretty sure we're close to it. because it was under the second wing. Maybe it's a bit lower, and oh yeah, it's right here. And when I saw it, it's an oak trap chest. So whenever you see a chest that's hidden or placed somewhere by Mr. Evil Sheridan, always dig around. Always one block around and under to make sure that there's nothing under. I'll be fair with you guys. I've already found this chest in my second playthrough, so I know that it's not trapped, but good habit, I'm just going to dig around to be safe. And I went all the way around and there's nothing trapping it. And this one is the good chest that you were expecting. So imagine if you find that in the beginning of the game. You get a diamond apple, Pullman's lunch, mince pie, bottle of enchanting, some steak and chips, and flint shuriken, and a book. And the book is treasure. Well, I'll just leave this here for you. So I'm just going to go cool off very quickly because I have the dancing flame and I'm about to get the burning debuff. And since we've started digging on the other side, that's where I want to set up the water wheel. So let me go back here and cool off for a second. And the same way that I've used this chest to put like all of the rewards that I didn't want to use, I'm going to collect the rewards that I get from the chest in here. And I've been very interested by this pack since the beginning, and whenever I was able to, I would always go online and watch a stream from Sheridan, and whatever streams were available in his YouTube video, I went to watch. And I saw the stream one where he talked about the chest. And supposedly, he makes the comment at one point that there are 20 chests that you can find, and some are very good. One supposedly even has a lot of ender pearl. So we had a troll chest here that contained nothing. We had an exploding chest at the front of the ship. We have a good chest under the left wing of the ship. And like I said, I kept investigating everywhere, and since there were wreckage here, I figured where else to place a chest but where there's wreckage. So I started digging under that one, and of course there's another chest here which I'm going to show you right now. So this is the fastest way to get to it, and I'm just going to rush it because this is another one of the troll chests. If nothing, it's good for the TNT that it provides, because this one's a trap chest and already you see we've discovered TNT under it. So if we had opened that chest without looking first, another explosion and another death. Imagine if it was on hardcore and you died every time you found a chest. You'd be so scared of these chests. So I'm going to break that chest and take it out. And I'm going to plop a light down here just to make sure that nothing spawns in here. And finally, the last chest that I found to date in the overworld is right here. This is a little Easter egg, and I've broken the grave and there's nothing in the grave. So I'm not going to break it here because I want to keep it like as a trophy, or not a trophy, a monument to the mod pack builder. And we're going to look under for a chest, and of course there's a chest, and this one is a normal oak chest, so we don't need to dig around, we can just open it. And there's another book in here, and it says nothing here, try again. So up to now I have found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chests, 2 that were explosive chests that would have killed us, 2 that just had a book mocking us, and 1 with some great loot. So if you guys know of any other chest in this map and not the previous one because they've changed location, I would really be happy to get a comment from you, so that as a community it would be fun if we were able to find all 20 chests. I'm going to tell you already that I know there's one in the Nether. The Nether is a void. There's Fortress, and he left a chest there because I've already found it, but I'm not ready to go there until I have a jetpack, so I'm not going to be able to show it in this video. So now that I've collected this also, let me get rid of the 2 trap chests. I'm going to make some space in my inventory, and we're going to go start setting up the water wheel on the other side. So I'm going to get rid of all of this, and here I'm going to get rid of the redstone, the steel. We don't need any of this. We don't need a treated wood plank for now. We don't need this either. And I'm going to keep one bottle. Well, I'm just going to keep this one because we need water. So I'm just going to drink a little bit. And we're going to come here and refill it and keep it with us. So the water wheel is a multi-block structure, and it's really a beautiful thing, but it's complicated to set up to get the most of it. So like I did on the other side, I want to go 7 away from the ship. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And where I have the 7 ending, I want to put a lip so that whenever I'm digging, I know where it ends. So this is where it's supposed to end. And I'm going to center it around here, and I'm going to dig down whatever I need to set up the water wheel. To be able to set up the water wheel, I'm going to be digging a 9 by 9 hole centered on this right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'm going to make it 3 large because I know that the water wheel is 3. I can place 3 water wheel to a kinetic dynamo. And I'm going to keep a constant look on the sun because I want to make sure that I sleep. I don't want to have any mobs while I'm making this build because I'm on the unsecured side. And I'm probably going to start securing that side in a time lapse either in this video or in the next one, because I want to do that when it's not really important, and the only thing that's important for me right now is to show you the water wheel setup. So I'm just going to close this off in case that there's any mob. I don't want to take any chance of any mobs getting into my base, and because you always have to be ready in case of a blood moon. That's the important thing I wanted to say. If there's a blood moon and your base is not closed, you're dead. You're just dead. There's nothing you can do. And on hardcore with 3 lives, and you have to respawn, and if you respawn in an unsafe location, so there's only one mob,
just
so it's
done.
going to be easy to take care of. And already there's a mob that appeared, and I'm going to go the over route to sleep. See, I'm already out of hammer, so I'm going to grab another 3 hammer. Just so that I can continue digging. And the good thing about this kind of digging is that it also gives me the resource for sieving, because I need a lot more materials to be able to move forward with the quests. And like I said in the last episode, the quests are just going to get harder and harder as we go. So I'm going to continue digging this. Like I said, I'm going to make it 9 by 9 by 9 deep. And the reason for that, like, I might be exaggerating a little bit, but I want to make it nice looking. So this is 3 deep, 2 deep, and mob. I forgot. I could have gotten hurt by that. Thank God I'm always looking at the minimap. And that's something you guys, like, it should be a mantra. Look at the minimap. Always be thinking about looking at the minimap. So I'm going to continue until we get the bottom. And the reason I'm making the hole so big, you don't need to make it that big, is that I want to contain it completely since we're dealing with water and I don't want to have water spilling all around my base. And also because I want to encase every side of it so that it looks nicer. Like I told you, with this YouTube series, I want to try to make things look nice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to go down the 9 immediately so that at least I know where I'm standing and I know how far I have to dig. And I won't have a problem going back up because I'm going to be building walls all around it. And I forgot to make it 4 large, not 3. So there are some things I'm going to have to correct. Right now, I just want to get the part that I cannot get easily to. I want to get done right now so that I can set up the water wheel and show you. And the size of the water wheel, I'm not going to fill with stone because I want to fill it in with some clear glass once we have the smeltery set up and we can make it look nice, because it's like I said, it's a beautiful piece of engineering, and it's nice looking at. It's not like those standard cubic one machine where you just have a square and it has maybe a little animation or a little image and that's it. Like this one is actually moving parts, and I just personally find it beautiful. Okay, so I'm about done with the width and the depth. And like I said, I'm going to fill this in with my favorite building material for now. And there's a specific setup, and in the description, I'm going to link an image on Google so that you can see. So on this side, we want to, I need to close this wall. On this side, we want to have a lip. And the reason we want to have a lip like that is that water is going to be coming down like this, and we want it to flow like that into the wheel. And this is the back wall, and on this side we want a too large, because we're going to put some water here that we want to flow that way to help accelerate the wheel. Now I'm going to go back up on my side wall, and I can break this and put this here. And this is a special setup. So the water wheel is only going to come up to this height, but like I said, I want to make it nice, so I'm going to close it off with some clear glass here. And again, I have to go cool down. So I'm going to finish building this. It wasn't made properly the last time because of this lip. I'm going to go cool down quickly, and when I come back, we should be able to finish it, I believe, and put down the whole water wheel. So just cool down for a moment, and it's pretty quick. You have to admit that with the coil and the water, overheating is not a problem anymore. And imagine when we fully automate it and we have the portable heat management system, we'll never have to do this again, which is going to be very nice. So coming back here, this is the actual height that it's going to go at. And what we want to do is, let me look up my image again, is one away from here. Like we want to leave one blank space. We want to put a row of stone, because that's where we're going to start the first water. We're going to have water here, here, and here flowing that way to the lip there. And I need to go back up here. And oh, is this going to hurt? Let me break down one more to make sure that, oh, and I can parkour down. Okay, so we have the whole setup that we need, and I'm out, but I have 18. I think that with the 18 I'll be good enough and won't have to go back again. Nope, not this one, that one. So let me close this off. Did I close under? Yeah. Oh, and it doesn't matter. I still have to go in there anyway. Can I take damage? I'm going to eat all of the food that I have. And then I'm going to go at the bottom, which means I'm going to get a little bit of damage. But I don't mind. I just, like I said, I want to complete the build. And I'm going to eel it off anyway. So we have to open the center here, because that's where we have to put the dynamo. Where's my kinetic dynamo? The kinetic dynamo goes like this, and the reason it goes like this is that the water wheel has to connect in here. And I'm going to put one water wheel right now. Oh, is it the right height? Yeah, okay. So this is where I'm going to put the water wheel, and let me just climb back up to make sure that I've set it up properly. Yeah, I can put the water there. So it goes like this, and I'm going to have to dig here anyway, because else I won't be able to escape. So let me get this. Just making myself a little exit to be able to get out of here, because I'm going to put a second water wheel right here and a third water wheel right here. So this is exactly what it's going to look like once it's done. And now we can start putting the water. And I'm just going to cap this so that there's no bob in here. So now we need the water. This is one of the boring process. I don't have a lot of iron, but buckets we always need, so I'm going to create 3 buckets at a time because I want to be able to fill the water as fast as possible. So I already have a bucket in here. So I'm going to use that bucket, and I think I have a bucket inside. When I cleaned up my inventory, I think I got rid of it by mistake. Where's my second bucket? Oh, forget it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to create the 3 bucket, and I'm going to be able to complete this, which will bring this episode to an end. So all 3 of these buckets, water, water, water. Let's go put that in. On the other side, of course. And we're going to start with the water. So the first place we want to put water. Oh, and sorry, I completely forgot one thing. There's also one down from here. So not here, but one down from here. Like so. We have to put this because we're going to put yet some more water in here. So 1 water here, 1 water there, and the 3rd water is here. I have to close this off or it's not going to flow properly. Perfect. So now it's flowing properly. And I have to go get some more water. And there's something blocking it, but as I finish putting the water down on the other side, I'll unblock it so it won't be a problem. So now 3 more buckets. We're going to need 9 buckets of water. Hopefully the water is going to be ready by the time we come back. And then we are going to put a water here, here, and here. Perfect. And we're going to grab the last of the water. And once we have the last of water, and this is telling me that mob can get through here. So I'm going to have to adjust this at some point. Do I have enough water created back? Oh, no. So let's go dig on the other side to make it ready. And let's grab the basic capacitor. So we know it's around here. I'm just going to dig and, oh, yeah, found it. So I'm going to put the basic capacitor right here, and I'm going to connect the 2 with the LV wire. Oh, and I forgot to build, okay, so I forgot to make the connectors. That won't take long, so let's go make the connectors right now. Because LV wire needs connector to be able to connect. And LV connectors are made with clay. Let me put the clay in here. I'm going to have to spend some lava just for that. Anyway, lava is infinite and inexpensive. Oh, I already cooked 4 iron clay. Oh, derp. Okay, so, and 3 copper. I'm going to need more of those LV wires anyway, so it's not like it's going to be a waste. So you create the LV connector with 4 clay like this, like as isolation, and the copper for the connector. And I'm going to go and sleep so that there's no mob spawning and so that we can finish this build. And we've slept. And hopefully we have the water now, and we're going to be able to collect 1, 2, 3 water. Perfect. And we're going to put the last of the water in. We're going to have to find exactly where it goes, though. Damn. Let me close that off. The water doesn't flow everywhere around it, so you can be okay as long as you find the right place to block the water from. Where is this one coming from? It's coming from here. Let's block that off. And from here, let's block that off also. And then we're going to find... Ah! I put my wall too far away. That's why. Okay, now I understand what's going on. I didn't put my wall far enough away. So let me just remove this, and you can see here. Oh no, it's good. Nothing's blocked here. Okay, so sorry, that's where I made the mistake. Where's my pickaxe? Pickaxe right here. 2, 3, and I need to break these. And immediately it starts turning. So now I should be good. So I'm going to put my one water here, second there, third here, and I'm going to close this. I'm going to cap this off and bring me up. I'm going to put one LV connector on top here, and that's where it has to be to connect, and one on top here. And for the wires, the way it works, you right click on this, right click on that one, and it's connected, and we now have power. And this one's gaining power at 61 RF per tick. 61 RF per tick honestly is not the maximum that this should do. This should do 87. And I'm kind of happy that it happened, because then I can explain something to you. For whatever reason, sometimes when you connect it and build it, it doesn't give you all of the power. It's as simple as just going back, taking the water back from it, and re-putting the water down. And I don't know if the problem was coming from this source of water or from that one, so I'm just going to not take any chance, and I'm going to take that one also. And once it's gone, I'm going to put it down again. And now if we go look at how much it's producing, and we also fix this so that the mobs can't come in. Oh, that would have been a bad death if mobs came in because of that and we never noticed that it was still open. So if we come in here and look at how much it's producing, right, still 61. What the hell is going on? Maybe the water is not flowing properly on the other side. And guys, you see, that's why I build a whole structure around it, because there's always this water issue coming, which I don't want to have. But now, because I made a mistake in the build, I have to deal with it. So again, I'm going to block this here and here, so I can move a bit further in and see where the problem's coming from. And it's also why I like putting glass, because if you put glass, you can see exactly what's happening in here. The same problem. So I should have thought of that. The moment that the build wasn't correct on one side, it was also going to be a problem on the other side. And so I'm surprised that it was able to move with this here. And I'm going to remove the whole, oh, not this part. I'm going to remove this part also. And I'm going to put some sand in here so that I don't have a problem here. I'm going to break that lip. And then I'm going to be able to close that back up. And then I'm going to need to break this lip right here. Can I do it without affecting the machine? Yes, I can. And you see now how the water hits the lip and flows around? So if I go back now, I believe that we'll be fine, and we'll be at the maximum that we can get. And we have an output of 87 RF per tick. So this was a lot longer than I thought, but at least we got the debugging part of it, and you were able to see why the setup is very important. And the image I'm going to link in, you're going to be able to see how the machine is properly laid out. Because I'm not quite sure that what you saw me lay out was the best way for you to learn how to put down a water wheel. But with the 87 that we're generating, and let's go do that right now. With the 87 that we're generating, we're going to be able to start our heavy sieve. And I forgot to grab a mesh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 4. I'm going to craft the mesh right now. And oh wow, I have a lot more compressed dust now because of what all the digging that I did. And we're going to just plug it in and watch it go a little bit. And the problem is we're going to need to add power to this, but either we're going to build a second water wheel, and I'm just going to do like not a nice job. I'm just going to do a quickie job like this. I'm going to grab my auto heavy sieve. I'm going to plug it down here. I'm going to put the mesh, and I'm going to fill it with material. And I'm even going to, do I still have food? Nope, but it's easy to go grab some. I'm even going to feed it so that you can see some of the output. So let me go to my food chest right here, and I'm not quite sure, I'm sure that it takes apple. So let's grab the apple because that's a guarantee. And we're going to go and give it some apple right now. And look at the little guy, he's working hard at it. And this one is TKD_KZ. I think these are all like YouTubers, known YouTubers. So you use it on it, and then I'm getting a 4.0 boost. Oh, so I thought it went only to 3, but it seems that the apple is the best boost. So the apple tree might be good just for that. And look at the resources that are coming. And that's just a short moment. So imagine once this is automated and dropping into chest, and all I have to do is fill it once in a while. Now I can do work around the base, and this is with free power, creating all of the resources that I'm going to need. Already, look, I'm at 18 iron, that's 4 iron, 9 redstone. Like, this is a really, really good setup, and that's why I wanted to wait for the auto heavy sieve. The only problem, like I just said, is that we're now draining more than we have. So it's going to drain the whole thing, and then it's going to stop. So we're going to have to give it more power. And I said I wanted to complete the RF wooden. I might try that one, although I know it doesn't give us much of anything. And this probably stopped for the reason that I'm fearing the most. Yeah, the stone hatchet is broken. So I'm going to replace the stone hatchet in it. And I'm going to give you a small survey of what I want to do tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, in the next episode. And that's where we're going to part for the night. So I'll repair this. I'll leave some in there just for the repair. And I might even bring one over there. And what would be nice is maybe making it out of enough, with enough modifiers so that we can make it unbreakable. But I have to do a bit more research on that before. Oh, and if this is going to provide us with all of the apple that we need, we might not even have a problem with making the sieve faster whenever we need to. And so this is done. Let's take a quick look at the quest for the next episode. So back in Tinkerpow. So in the next episode, I want to complete the very basic RF so that we can try these, see how much they generate and if they're worth hooking up to our system, and create the wind power. Well, with the weather been the way it is, I may as well use it to my advantage. And it wants you to craft 4 windmill blade. And the windmill blade are a different recipe of the exact same resource that we use for a water wheel. But I don't think that we can stack 3 in front of, and I think this generates only 17 to 20 RF per tick. But because we need to build it for the quest, I'm going to put it right here and connect it at the bottom so that at least we have the 2 in use. And at some point when we have the clear glass, we're going to cap all of this off and we're going to make it look super nice. But I have to admit that I'm not quite sure why this is included as like a higher tier quest than the water power when it produces less. But it might just be me not understanding it. That's why before I go in more detail, I'm going to go do some research about it before I get back to you in the next episode. Also, last episode I forgot to show you that we opened the Technological Revolution quest line. And this is basically the quest line to start creating real technology. And that's why I waited before creating an alloy smelter and a sag mill and all of those things. So we're going to finish those 2 quests in the next episode, continue making the base look nicer, and then we're going to move on into the Technological Revolution. So this is going to be it for tonight's episode. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye now.